Dropping into the heart space where the white light is. Surrounding ourselves with the white light and the ultraviolet light, the quantum light, the light that takes all that is not unconditional love and transmutes it back into unconditional love. We call all of ourselves back to ourselves across all time, space, universes, lifetimes, dimensions, and incarnations, past, present, and future, as we forgive all things from lower levels of conscious awareness, whether we did them, someone else did them, it doesn't matter. We return all energy back to those quantum entanglements that aren't serving us. We send it back higher vibrational than it came to us, as high as we can send it back. When we take our energy back and our higher self takes everything that comes our way, this quantum energy that is a part of us, and transmutes it before it ever gets to us. Everything, there's the blue light surrounding us, the purple, the violet, the quantum energy, takes everything and uses it for our best and highest timelines, whether it be a work timeline, a play timeline, a friend timeline, that all converge into the timeline that is our energetic bandwidth that we call the life, the physicality that we are expressing as one whole complete light being who's slowed its molecules down to be refracted out through the crystalline grid beneath our Earth Star chakra in the physicality, the form that is us. And it's such a gift. And that's why we're to be excited. Not every energy that exists gets to do this. That is a gift. And we acknowledge that. I'm not sure how we get that gift. It doesn't matter. We have it now. And that's amazing. So however that came to be, we give gratitude for that. We're thankful to be a part of the oneness of all of that. As we're one whole complete light being within ourselves, we're also one with that collective energy. And the oneness, because we are quantum, because we have become one with ourselves, because we've loved those densities, those middle densities in, and they aren't refracting out their agenda, but our highest self is. Our crown chakra has violet light. Our causal chakra has white light. There's beautiful lights. Our soul star has the beautiful yellow light of joy, bliss, happiness. And the stellar gateway has golden light, wisdom. Our chakra system can be opened up safely for the quantum healing that our highest self can do as it goes in and defragments us like a computer, cleaning up the quantum entanglements we have going that aren't working. That in our physicality, we're saying, hold on a second, that doesn't feel good. That's not working out so well. Okay, let's fix that for you. And so our highest self is always willing to do that. It's a process within ourselves. Inner contemplation, but we have to be honest within ourselves. We have to be honest within ourselves. We've been taught as a society not to be honest with ourselves. Oh, sure, everything's fine. Absolutely. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, I've got time for that. Yeah, no problem. Well, I can't tell them I can't do it because they did this for me, or it's expected of me, or that's my job, or in my family, it's what we do, or whatever the thing is that we say to ourselves that causes us to take on something we don't want to do, or can't do, or don't feel like we can do, or that causes us to feel yucky. And yet we say yes to anyway, with our higher self screaming at us, no, lovingly, but screaming nonetheless. And we ignore it because that can't possibly be right. Our brain's telling us it can't be right. Ignore that. That's going to get you in trouble. What are people going to think? Who cares? At the end of the day, those people, whoever they are, whoever those people are, is it their life that's going to flash before your eyes whenever you transition, or is it yours? It's yours. So be sure it's the life you wanted, not the one that those people thought you should have. So be honest with yourself. What do you really want? Because if you'll go into yourself, not the thinking mind, not what it's being told, not what you heard on a show that you should want, not what the advertising makes you think you should want, not what everyone else thinks you should want, not what conventional wisdom, the Joneses, your friends, your family, the therapist, anybody else thinks you should want. But when you sit with your heart space, when you recreate, do something you enjoy, to recreate, to reconnect to you, and then recreate yourself, or help create, co-create. All that stuff that comes to mind then, the heart mind, all that stuff that some people call daydreaming. What if? What if I could look like that? What if I could go there? What if somebody talked to me this way? What if somebody looked at me that way? What if I were doing this? Those are the things that you're really wanting. And those aren't what ifs. Those are potentialities that all that energy that's fragmented, that if you'll be honest with your highest self about, your highest self can go into your chakra system, clean up, and take forward on a timeline down those what ifs, and expand your consciousness for you to try all those what ifs out. Okay, let's try that one. What if? Because you felt that what if because your highest self has seen a timeline that is a highest and best good option, and sees options that for other people that are wanting something similar, that they're going to come in and flow with you. And what if? What if it stays in flow? What if that works? Oh, what if it doesn't? Okay, well, we'll unentangle. We'll pull out of it. Oh, but you know how people feel about that. What people? The ones whose life you want to flash before your eyes when it's over, or your life? That person may want the experience too. Those other people that are wanting to quantum entangle that way, they're waiting on you to decide to quantum entangle in this so they can do it. What if? What if it works? What if it works for a week, a month, a year, 6 months, 6 years? Might be the best 6 minutes of your life, or 6 months, or 6 years. Might be worth every second. What if? We're making it too hard. Did something just light you up? Then tell your higher self, wow, that felt good. That looks good. What if? What if we do that? How would that look? Wow. If that's for us, I want it to go this way. I want them to talk to me this way, and I want to feel this way, and da 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 da. And if it is for you, if your higher self looks at it and, yep, that's going to flow, it's going to come. You're the expression. You're the creative end. You're the art. You're a work of art. You are the flow. So many people are talking about getting up every day and just, okay, what are we doing today? It's kind of like being the canvas waiting for the artist to come, and the paints are waiting for the artist to come. And it's like, okay, what are you going to do with us today? How are you going to make us beautiful today? We'd like a little more stability than that. We'd like to know how that's going to flow into next week, so we know that we're going to have food on the table and clothes to wear and yada, yada, yada. There is a little more stability required in being what we are. But our higher self knows that. Our higher self is us, after all. We're one whole complete light being. So our higher self knows that. We're making it too hard. What'll feel good? Your thinking mind does not know. Your thinking mind only knows what it's already done and can't give you the answer. It can only take you back through what you've already done, or it can only tell you what you haven't tried. But it doesn't have the capacity for conceptualization, because that's the part of you that has your highest level of conscious awareness. That's the part of you that says, what if? What if? Ooh, I want to do that. Ooh, I like that. Shiny thing. We talk about when we get off track, like it's always a bad thing. Is it? Maybe it's actually us being put back on track. Because usually when we think we're on track, it's because we're thinking, and we're letting the thinking mind do the guiding. And when something comes along that causes us to go, ah, and point, that's because it's lit us up. That's most likely coming from our higher self. Probably supposed to chase all those rabbits. Some of the best times I've ever had have been whenever I've taken the wrong turn. Well, I thought I wanted to go here, but took a wrong turn and ended up here, and wow, this is the best place I've ever eaten, or the best shop I've ever been in, or I didn't plan to come here, but this is great. Because the plan was something I already knew about. There was no expansion there. It was the thinking mind. Not that thinking is wrong. It's to keep me from pulling out in front of a bus. That's what thinking's for. But it's not for me to know how my life is supposed to expand. It can't do expansion because that's creative. And that has to come from higher levels and higher levels and higher levels of consciousness. And that's energy. That's the highest energy of us. And that comes from the connectiveness to oneness that gets fed from the collective, from the pure source energy that we come from. It's not a process to be frustrated by. It's a process to enjoy. We've made living frustrating because we were in density and it was fucking hard. There were wars, still are. People didn't have enough money, still don't. Not enough time, still isn't. People don't like each other, still don't. Because there's people still in density, but there's less and less all the time. And the less we're in density, the less there'll be in density, because there's no choice but come up in frequency. And the more of us that do this, every second you can be in frequency, someone else comes higher and higher up. And when we all get there, this becomes easier and easier and easier until it's just the way it is. That's how it's meant to be. This is meant to be easy. This is meant to be a joyful thing. What if? Let's go that way. Let's go that way. Second, start to the right and straight on to morning. Let's go see what's over there. Let's try that. Worst case scenario, well, we're in the energetic bandwidth of love. Mutual respect. If it doesn't flow, we let it go. And we let something else flow in that does flow. There's the sunshine, there's the bliss. There will be stability because we will learn to do this. There will be longevity of life because we're going to be excited about the lives we have. And so we're not going to be saying, okay, I'm done now. I'm through playing now. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm worn out. I'm exhausted. My favorite playmates have gone on, so take me too. We're not going to be doing that anymore. We're going to be saying, fuel me up. What's the next adventure? I'm here. Good morning. What are we doing today? What if? We're going to be so excited. And we're going to go on and on and on. What if? That's the way life is meant to be. And we're headed there. We're going there. Many of us are there. And getting stronger and stronger, being there all the time. So every time the thinking mind says, we got to figure this out. No, we don't. You have to stop telling me to figure it out. There's nothing to figure out. We have to figure out the checkbook. Okay, we can do that. That's what you do. You balance numbers. You make sure I stop at the stop sign, but you don't figure out my life. That's figured out. My heart space just said, what if? My higher self's got it. We're excited about something. I don't know what it is, but I gave my 2 cents. My 2 cents is I want to be talked to this way. I want to look this way. I want to feel this way. I want to be able to dress that way. I want to be able to live this way. I want the sunshine coming in like the light is coming in right now. I want to be around people who treat me this way. And I was having a little trouble feeling it because you kept breaking in with telling me stuff that the news said. And So I got up and I danced to it, and I walked to it, and I exercised to it, and I twirled around the room to it, and then I read my favorite poem, and I did all the things that I do that make me feel good. I put on my favorite clothes, and I've got on my nice jewelry, or I went outside and I did my favorite thing. I didn't distract myself and disconnect. I did the things that helped me reconnect so I could co-create or recreate myself, my life, my story, my way, my heart space, my heart. Because I can't make someone else do it. I don't know who's going to come in and flow with me. I kind of like that guy over there to do it, or that job over there to do it, or that friend to do it, or my kid to do it, but I can't make them. But someone will. If it's not who I want it to be, well, then love and light to them, mutual respect to them, because I want that from them. So that's the energy I'll put out toward them. That's universal law, cause and effect. But what if it is them? How are they going to talk to me? Or whoever it is? They're going to talk to me this way. They're going to treat me with respect. And that looks like this. And they're going to love me. And that looks like this. And we're going to create this. We're going to create something that does big things, and that's going to feel like this, and it's going to look like this, and because of that, the world's going to be a better place, and that's going to feel like this, and down the rabbit hole you go. You can't take a wrong turn when it feels good. You may not know where it's going, but it feels good. So does it really matter? You didn't hurt anybody. You expanded consciousness. And you had a great time doing it. And you looked great, and you were treated great. So what did it matter what those people thought? Those people, they were feeling your energy emanating out, and you weren't paying any attention to them. So they ended up in frequency, and they're doing the same thing. And I'll be dadgum, y'all ran into each other, and mutual respect. And look at them, they're in frequency too. And next thing you know, the whole world is. There's all the violet light, the quantum light. As we just sit now and let the violet light transmute everything, and feel our heart spaces expand bigger and bigger and bigger as the entire chakra system is opened up quantumly for all the entanglements that aren't working to be cleared, to make energetic bandwidth for new quantum entanglements, for the what ifs. So every chakra can be calibrated to communicate with all the other chakras in the tapestry of Akasha, of oneness. So you can be in flow. And stability can come. So people can come into your story, and you can come into their story, and it flows. What if? And chapters can start and end, and new ones begin, and it's all done with love and mutual respect. What if? Just sit in the light and be excited and feel all the what ifs. Dance in the light, walk in the light. Do whatever you want to do that feels good. And think about all the potential what ifs that light your heart up. And any negative thought that comes in, turn it around. No, that was before. It's not like that now. What if? What if it doesn't turn out that way? What if? And get right back into positivity as you feel yourself connecting further and further into the collective of oneness that you come from. More and more stable, more and more you. More and more unshakable, or as many have taken to calling it, unfuckable. No one can mess with your frequency. You know who you are. And you don't mess with anyone else's either. You respect everyone else's level of conscious awareness. No trauma, drama, blame, shames, woulda, coulda, shoulda's holding you back. No cords, no screws, no quantum entanglements of any kind. No pulling up energy that's dense or going to become aggressive or any of those things. You're one whole complete light being. Quantum energy. You're a white light with every color so that you can be whatever frequency. There's all the colors, there's the white light. And you are the ultraviolet lights, blue and purple, violet. So you transmute everything into unconditional love. You are love. You are loved. And you accept only love in and put only love out. You are love. You are quantum.